And you know, Ben, while in the break you were trying to kill that fly, I just realized all we need here is Hazu ups. As Hazu is pro.
Hasu is the killer of flies. Like,
And WCS
he's
Europe,
like,
man. He's hitting them all.
giggling like, oh, come on, you guys are so noob.
I think it's kind of late for Hazu right now. Either way, we saw a fantastic, at least a crazy PvP in the first game on Eklund Waste. The second map is going to be played on Belshire Vestige. Top is our Chinese Protoss spawning in the right bottom side.
I just can't believe HuK came back there.
With 275 minerals, 2 probes, and no army. Well, other than 3 zealots, but 3 zealots just... You cannot kill immortals with 3 zealots.
3 zealots, 3 sentries, and a stalker and a mothership core, right? That's all it was.
Yeah, on a certain point it was just the 3 zealots. He didn't even have those sentries. The photon overcharge bought him the time to get the sentries.
Photon overcharge heard around the world.
And of course Top should not have left the high ground, but you know, I can't blame him for doing it. He's probably just like, oh, I'm gonna start cleaning up buildings on the low ground.
It's such an autopilot thing to do. Okay, photon overcharge is here, I can't attack here, I'm just gonna click down and I'll come back when it's over, and you know, it's just like you're not thinking, well, if I go down the ramp I'm gonna lose the game.
Both players were in WCS Premier League Season 2, but both of them lost in the round of 32. Interesting enough, Top was actually able to win the bracket in the Challenger League. Of course, there are 2 parts in Challenger League. You have the bracket and then you have the group stage. Winning the bracket is pretty hard, as you have to win 3 best of 3s in a row if you lose in the round of 32, but he did it. First series was against Capoch as well, the I always want to say Argentinian or Argentine Protoss player. He was able to win that series 2-0 and 2-0 against Sage as well. Basically means he was 4-0. And PvPs, but HuK just stopped that streak in ridiculous fashion.
Yeah. And HuK is now 1 game away from a winner's match against Major, and that has got to be a best case scenario for HuK, right? I mean, if he was looking at this group thinking, man, how am I ever going to get through? Right now, he's got.
No, I think it's still like the fact that Major was able to defeat Asia is absolutely fantastic, but it's still safe to say that HuK has a better shot against Major than he has against Asia.
I think if we go by the unofficial world champion thread on Team Liquid, Major is right now.
Yeah?
He has to be, right? Isn't Tasia our most recent tournament champ?
Well, but
but he would have had to have beaten
who was it? I don't know the unofficial world champion
Okay, after this we'll check into it. After this game we'll find out.
Because I think the last time something like that happened, I think there was someone who played like once in Pro League and then like never
played again.
So the guy's like been the unofficial world champ forever. Probably retired by now. But maybe, man. Maybe. I mean, there's a very realistic shot that Tasia is the unofficial world champ because he hasn't really been losing a lot of games lately. Either way, gonna focus on this game. We can see that Top is perhaps going back to what he knows best, and that is dropping Twilight Councils, following up with a Dark Shrine. Considering the fact he's building a Sentry right now, it's very, very likely this is going to be a Dark Shrine build. Also, look at this sneaky little probe. Of course, you want to put Pylons up way in advance. You can't just wait until the final moment, because then if your probe gets scouted, the entire strategy is in jeopardy.
I'm seeing here?
Sorry?
Yes, it is. 3-gate build from HuK. So some 3-gate pressure.
Can be extremely good.
We've seen it win games on multiple occasions here in the WCS.
I think Hero and Oz both like it. Then we do see the Dark Shrine going down for Top in the back of his base. It's all going to come down to force fields, man. Are the force fields going to be good enough? And if this little probe would be able to scout, you know, this is going to get really close regardless.
Either HuK's not going to see it. Or is he?
Maybe the Mothership Core?
Is he going to see it?
When is HuK going to walk up that road?
Oh, he sees it! But does he see it?
Well, there's a lot of action going on regardless. Top kind of knows what time it is right now. He sees this pylon going up. He's like, alright, you're probably going to commit to this. Okay, he's just going to lose his Stalker. Well, that's something. Just make sure your force fields are good enough, Top.
What?
What? Oh my god.
What?
No, that's... I mean... HuK still doesn't have any form of detection. Okay, now he's going to drop the robo. He's like, this is really weird. And I don't know what that force field was, but HuK's going to drop the robo right now. Okay, HuK
should also be warping into sentries. Yep, that's exactly what's going on. Oh, what a great read by HuK. Like, such a small thing, but upon seeing that one sentry saying, hey, this could be DTs, and immediately puts the defenses in place, he has got to be keeping his eyes on his ramp. He's got to be able to see that shimmer from the Dark Templar. Photon Overcharge.
I like this a lot. This single Stalker is going to make it a little more annoying.
Yep, forces one sentry to cast Force Field, and HuK should probably try and renew that Force Field. Oh, no! Okay, DT is in the main base.
But the Robo is almost out. Okay, this CT is going to be really annoying, but still, I don't think HuK has to lose that much over here. On the other hand, he still has high ground. Okay, there's a DT on the other side of the map as well. That's very smart. HuK's not paying attention to that one. He's right-clicked on the gateway. He just lost 3 Stalkers.
Wait, he's chrono boosting nothing. Oh,
Okay.
he never started the Observer, and now it's going to start. Oh, dear.
Well, Top is in a really good position right now. He's still going to be able to kill quite a few probes. He killed all the Stalkers on the other side of the map. He has a robotics facility on his own. HuK is still losing a lot of mining time. This is just PvP chaos. There are like yeah, I'm not sure about. I mean, this CT has more DPS than these 2 sentries. The forces are really cute, but
tried to hug it to death.
yeah. Oh wow, DT was even able to escape. Taking a look at the worker count right now, we can see, well, HuK actually still has 25 probes. There is an expand already going up on the other side of the map, so that is very, very good for Top. This DT will follow eventually. It is not over yet, but I do think that this could have been, it could have gone a lot better for
3 gates to 3 gates, 4th gate finishing up right now for Top. He's going to have an Immortal out. HuK can't really apply any counter pressure.
No, not against Photon Overcharge, not against an Immortal that's out on the map already. Unless he does something with a Warp Prism, and yeah, he's actually building a Prism. I didn't see that yet.
But he is going to have to play catch up in a way. His expansion is going to be later. He's down in workers. His tech is, it's as good, we can say. He's got Robotech against Robotech, but the Dark Templar can continue to be a thorn in his side.
He doesn't know yet about his expand, and that's actually one of the worst things. I think if he would have known that, he would have probably just dropped the his own expand a lot quicker. He's perhaps worried about a crazy follow-up push from Top.
Yep.
Because often you see people opening up DTs, and after that they're like, alright, we'll make 2 more DTs, morphed into an Archon, break the single force field, and just try to win on one base if the other player is...
the old Panda Tank 4-gate?
Yep.
I'm sure he wasn't the first, but he'll always be my favorite.
I like that HuK once more is going to try to make something happen with this Warp Prism. In the last game, the Warp Prism was extremely effective. He was already up in workers and then just killed 12 to 14 workers and put himself in an absolutely fantastic position.
It is going to make its way into the main base right now. I'm sure we'll see something like the Photon Overcharge immediately. That's exactly what happens. And, these Zealots are going to kill nothing.
That's very smart as well, warping in a Dark Templar. Defensively, it's very unlikely that HuK had an Observer in the main base of Top on that moment, so this one DT was going to be able to deal with that drop as well. Top is up 8 workers, and 8 workers is a pretty big amount. Like, I think if HuK would have been able to save a few of these Stalkers over here, he lost 4 Stalkers to that single DT, and that's such an expensive loss. If he wouldn't have lost that, I think this would have been
maybe closer. But right now, Top is beginning to take a commanding lead, 36 probes to 28. Army supplies shows us 42 army supply for Top, 31 for HuK. There's 4 Immortals marching across the map, and how in the world is HuK going to deal with that?
I mean, with Photon Overcharge and a couple of Ghost Force Fields, it's definitely possible, because Top doesn't have anything right here that can break Force Fields, unless once more he would warp in 2 Dark Templars, morph them into an Archon. That would actually be pretty damn smart, because, as you mentioned, 4 Immortals have crazy DPS.
From bad to worse, HuK's going to pick up his 2 Immortals and go across the map with them.
He just missed an entire army as well.
It's going to give him much less fighting strength.
See, Top is perhaps...
And what's he going to do with these Immortals that he couldn't do with Zealots anyway?
Well, Immortals are very, very good in killing pylons and killing probes. It's a lot quicker. You 2-shot probes. It's extremely good, but...
I don't think it's going to be good enough. Here comes Top with a very scary push. Archon to crush the force fields. These probes have...
I mean, Photon Overcharge is amazing, but 4 Immortals have crazy DPS, and this Nexus will just fall pretty much immediately. HuK's going to try to drop a couple of defensive force fields.
He is also dropping the Immortal in the main base. But...
But yeah, there's a Dark Templar over here, and HuK still doesn't have detection. I think the Top has done it, Ben. Top is in all over HuK's stuff right now. He's dealing with the drop. He's killing everything on the other side of the map as well. He still has this very, very intimidating army alive, and there's not a Nexus with Photon Overcharge, but 4 Immortals.
There we go. Good game. Top evens it up with